how do you make money? The later part. Join politics. You can position yourself and be a son-in-law of one of the richest people in the world. You can start a non-governmental organization in developing countries, become a pastor. Yeah, you can become a fake witch doctor. Welcome to the Elly Twineyo Show. In this episode, we continue to talk about money and how you can make money, the myths, the facts. In this episode, I thought we would have the lighter part of how you can make money quickly. The lighter part, to lighten you, because whenever we talk about money, it is always that serious thing. It is always how to make money. It is always how to invest. We thought we'd have the lighter part. The next episode will end with the serious part. In this lighter part, I want to say, how do you make money? The lighter part. Join politics. If you join politics and win, in our developing countries, you become a legislator, you join the legislature, you become a member of parliament for 5 years. Some countries have 4 years, some countries have 7 years. You'll make a lot of money. You'll make a lot of money. And if I were you, I would only stand for one. I would only stand and make money and invest this money very well, because what I have seen in politics, you are not sure that the next term you will come. You can go in one term and the voters don't give you a chance. And when the voters don't vote you again, then you have stopped there. So if I were you, I would join politics, become a member of parliament, join the legislature, be a member of the town council, be a member of the city council, and make a lot of money and invest it and live that. Number 2, if you are in the world, are you United States? Are you in the US? Why don't you marry Trump's daughter? That is if the President Trump still has got daughters. If you cannot get President Trump's daughter, you can marry Elon Musk's daughter. Why? You need to become a son-in-law of the richest man or one of the richest men in the world. Oh, you can look for Mark Zuckerberg, you know, and marry their daughter. Yeah? Why do you die poor when there are chances that you can position yourself and be a son-in-law of one of the richest people in the world? You guys know all the other millionaires also in USA, in India, in China, in Europe, and some in Latin America, in Brazil, and some in Africa. Go and marry their daughters. Don't they have daughters? Marry their daughters. Become an in-law of the richest people in the world and get an inheritance. Get an inheritance. But be careful. You have to love their daughters very well, isn't it? You may not get an inheritance if you don't. The other thing you can do if you want to make money and you are in developing countries, I know that most of the people in developing countries want to go to the US. They want to go to Canada. They want to go to Europe, UK, France, other countries, Sweden, and other places. Because the youth in these countries want to go to those developed countries, those already rich countries. It is understandable because there are more jobs in those countries, there are more opportunities. So, start a company, where you get them visas, where you advise them on how to get visas, where you advise them on how to migrate to these countries, where you advise them not only migrating to those countries, but you also advise them on getting jobs, or even you help them. They get a visa tied to the job. You'll make a lot of money, I'm telling you. But do it honestly, do it truthfully, because I know most of you have made, you have such companies, and you have stolen a lot of money from the unemployed youth. You have stolen a lot of money from unsuspecting people who are thinking they are looking for opportunities. You are giving them disadvantages. There are other things you can do to get money very quickly on the lighter side. You can start a non-governmental organization in developing countries to work on women and orphans, and you go and look for donors. And you tell donors, you write very good proposals, and you tell them you are going to help women and orphans and other disadvantaged groups. But I want to tell you, since this is the lighter part of life, such money for NGOs, non-governmental organizations in most of these areas, that money is dwindling now. That money, the funds are declining, because, for example, under President Trump, USAID, United States Agency for International Development, which used to give a lot of money globally to many organizations of this sort, was closed. So you have to be careful. You might think of what I will be telling you in the serious part that we'll be coming to. There is another lighter part of this. If you are in these developed countries, I have seen it in Africa a lot, but it could also be in some parts of Asia where they are Christian, because some parts of Asia, some of them are Muslims, others are Buddhists, others are Hindus, others are Confucians, but others are Muslims. But I know in Africa and some of these other countries, you can become a pastor, a Pentecostal pastor. You start a church. You start a church, and you require everyone who comes to your church to pay tithe. What is tithe? Tithe is supposed to be 10%, that you are supposed to contribute that 10%, that it is allowed in the Bible, and that it is supposed to be 10%. Some of the people who have read the Bible very well, they say that actually tithe is not a wholesome 10%, and that part of tithe was the money or actual goods and services that would be taken to churches in the olden times to help the priests at the parish to give to the poor in forms of food and all other basic needs. So you become a pastor and you require people to pay tithes. I have seen, again, in most places in Africa, people are selling miracles. Pastors are selling miracles. Pentecostal pastors are selling miracles. As a matter of fact, in some countries like in Nigeria, in Ghana, in some countries in East Africa like Uganda, miracles can go as big as $1,000 to $1 million and above. Yeah, how do you expect the pastors to get rich? That's how they are getting rich. You know, these pastors, these are their own churches. It is not like when you talk of the Catholic Church or the Protestant Church, which are churches owned by an establishment. And can I tell you, if you are in Africa and you want good training on how You can make people pay for miracles. You go to Nigeria and get some training. Yeah, it is the later part. This is what is happening. Yes, in other countries, in South America, in Asia, in Africa, where people still believe in traditional issues, in traditional factors, in traditional religion and faith, yeah, you can become a fake witch doctor. You can become a fake witch doctor and you sell miracles. No, you don't sell miracles. You become a witch doctor and you sell, you promise people that when you give them your medicine, they will quickly get children. They will quickly, those who have not been producing children, they will quickly produce children. And sometimes, let me tell you, people are not having children because of many reasons. Some of them because of money issues, some of them because they are going through stress and depression, some of them because they are not yet ready, some of them, there are many issues to do with money or around money. Yeah, but as a witch doctor really giving, promising people that when they take your medicine, they can have children. And since most women in the world are always looking for children, and men as well, so you'll get a lot of money, especially from the women who want to have a child in their marriage. You can also promise young women that when they take your medicine, they'll get men, they'll be married. You don't know how in most developing countries people want a ring, they want a wedding. So if you tell them that you are this doctor who gives them medicine and they get a ring, they get a wedding, you make a lot of money. And for men, for men in these developing countries, tell them that you give them a portion, you give them medicine that will make them rich, regardless of whether they are going to work hard or not work hard. As we have seen in previous episodes, you make money when you make smart decisions, you work smart and hard at the same time. But there you are. This is the lighter side. People think they can make money sometimes without working. They can make money in all these different ways. But I think joining politics or marrying the daughter of President Trump or Elon Musk and all these rich people in the world is a good choice, but please love them. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the lighter part and lighter side of my show on money and how to make money quickly. In the next part, we'll look at how to make money seriously. And we see how we will make money seriously. Please keep watching our show and we'll go to the next episode. Thank you.